Welcome, sports fans. Thank for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. Now here's Conley. Pass to Gay. Shot clock at 6. Abdul-Rahim. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Now here's Kidd. Outside Irving. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Here's Conley. Pass to Gay. Back to Conley. And Jason Kidd picks up a foul. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Abdul-Rahim drains it from 17 feet out.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Pass to Gay. Gasol with it. Back to Gay. Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Abdul-Rahim. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Now here's Kidd. And here is Kidd. Back to Irving. Backs him down. Fires the 3. Kidd with the bucket.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
Here's Conley. Pass to Gasol. Back to Conley. Shoots a fader, and it's Memphis with another.
Oh, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Outside Kidd. They set the screen. Back to Irving. Got a piece of it. From deep three-point range. Kidd, no good. Memphis trailing here. Abdul-Rahim to the inside. Kicks it out to Gay. Pass to Gasol. Abdul-Rahim. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Right side Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Irving. Here's Petrovic. Outside Irving. And he gets it to go.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 3. Outside Conley. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Kidd with it. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Irving. Petrovic. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You got to improvise sometimes.
Now Kidd. Back to Irving. Pass to Lopez. Petrovic. Now Irving. Outside Irving. Good on the shot. He's got 6. Now Conley. And here's Gay. Now here's Gay. And another basket for Memphis. The Nets with the lead. Now here's Kidd. Here's the screen. Petrovic. Here's Conley. Rudy Gay on the wing. And he has space. Again, Memphis.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now Kidd. He lobs it up. Petrovic. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Timeout called, the Nets. Pass to Irving. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol with the steal. Goes up. Pushes it down to finish the break. Brooklyn trailing. Now Kidd. Left side Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Here's Petrovic. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
They set the pick. Outside Conley. Here's Gay. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And the Nets making a change here. And Brooklyn has possession. And here is Kidd. Pass to Irving. Left side Irving. Kidd. Left block shot on the way. And a little luck that time, but it drops. He's got 5.
With a much bigger man guarding him, that's not an easy shot to get off. Never mind to knock down. Terrific basket.
Here's Conley. Rudy Gay on the wing. Gay left side. 6 to shoot. Pass to Gasol. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Petrovic. There's the screen. Outside Irving. Kidd with it. Here's Petrovic. Shoots from 8. And too long on the shot.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Abdur-Rahim.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Pass to Lopez. Petrovic. Outside Irving. Stolen away. Conley left side. That's good. He's got 6.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Brooklyn with the ball. They trail by 1. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Now, here is Bibby. Back to Bibby. Clock at 6. Pass to Randolph. Working on Martin. Left side Randolph. That one off the back iron and out. And here are the Nets. Carter outside. Pulls up. Rebounded by Battier. Bibby with it. It's back to Battier. Pass to Bibby. Now Randolph. From 13. Shot is off. Now here's Anderson. Battier with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pass to Randolph. Left side Randolph. Now here's Battier. Now here's Battier. Great positioning on the putback. Now Anderson. Coleman drops it in from 11 feet. Memphis trailing here. And here's Bibby. Pass to Battier. Randolph with the ball. The jump hook. Randolph can't hit. Here is Anderson. Back to Martin. Set back. Wells. Pass to Bibby. Shot clock at 6. Here's Anderson. No good on that last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Nets. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think? There's the pick. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he's really one of the most heads-up defenders you'll see, too. I mean, you've got to take care of the ball when you're around him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the free throw, no good. Shoots. Good. He hits the jump shot. The Nets with the lead. Vince Carter on the wing. Carter right side. Just 4 to shoot. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Pass to Randolph. Backing down. Shot from the low block.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Now here's Anderson. Coleman. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Pass to Randolph. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Here is Anderson. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. They set the pick. Coleman. And he gets it to go.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Bibby with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Wells. And he's on the money with his first shot today. And here are the Nets. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Timeout called, the Nets. And a new group in for the Nets. Pass to Harris. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Now here's Jefferson. Back to Jefferson. Shot clock at 5. His first shot coming late. And there's the rejection. Abdul-Rahim. Pass to Battier. Back to Anthony. And he lobs it up toward the rim. They now take the lead. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Back to Harris. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now, here is Ben. And he gets the bucket.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Russell. Now here is Harris. But they get it back. Back to Russell. And here is Harris. 6 to shoot. Now Russell. And it's Russell missing. Memphis leading. Here's Anthony. A three-pointer off the mark. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Harris. Now Russell. To end the drought. Buries the jump shot. Here's Anthony. They set the pick. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Here's Harris. Back to Jefferson. Pass to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. He nails it, and we're tied up. He's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And here is Gasol. Fades and shoots. Can't get it to go. Back to Harris. Pass to Jefferson. Here is Russell. And it's Russell missing. Here's Battier. So it's the Grizzlies now. Here's Harris. Jefferson with it. Back to Harris. Now, here is Russell. The offensive rebound. Lopez inside. And here is Williams. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Outside Anthony. Pass to Gasol. No good. Here's Harris. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
There's a screen. Here's Anthony. The Grizzlies with another miss. Here is Russell. Pass to Lopez. Backs him down. And Russell gets it to go. He's got 8.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Nets making a switch here. Here's Conley. 6 points for him. Pass to Anthony. Gay. Back to Anthony. Always going up for the alley-oop here. On the jam by Rudy Gay. And so it's Brooklyn with it. It's a 5-point game. Kidd with it. He's got 7. Back to Irving. He's covered by Gay. No good. Abdul-Rahim. Pass to Anthony. Now Conley. Out to Anthony. Launches it. That's good.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Now here's Kidd. Doubled by Conley. Pass to Williams. True on the 14-footer.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Conley. Outside Anthony. Backing in. Releases. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Kidd. Back to Williams. Outside Kidd. Pass to Irving. Now here's Lopez. 6 to shoot. Here's Petrovic. There's the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
And, you know, he's also a tough finisher, Steve. There's very little a defender can do if he gets to within arm's length of the basket.
There's the pick. Gay left side. From 11 feet away. And the shot is good. He's got 8.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
Now here's Kidd. Outside Kidd. Outside Irving. Shot on the wing. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Pass to Gay. Gay right side. Can't connect from short range.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in.
An emphatic alley-oop jam. Memphis trailing here. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. To the paint, takes it from 10, and that's off the glass and in. He has 5.
Got himself into a really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
Now Kidd. He's got 7. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Lopez. Off target with the jump hook. Williams can't hit.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Here's Conley. Anthony. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's Kidd. Pass to Williams. Back to Kidd. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's his first trip to the line. The free throw drops for Kidd. And the Nets making a change here. Both free throws good from Kidd. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 7. And here is Conley. 1 second left. He lays it in. He's got 8. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Kidd with it. Pass to Irving. Left side Irving. Now here's Kidd. Fast break. Here we go. And here is Conley. Gay outside. Here's Gasol. Rebound by Williams. Burnett's with the lead. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Kidd. Right side Kidd. Petrovic. Shot clock at 6. And here's Irving. Fades back. The long distance 3 is buried. 16 points for him. And here are the Grizzlies now. Outside Conley. Gay outside. Pass to Gasol. Right side Gasol. Drilled from 11 feet out. Third quarter of basketball. About a minute and a half in. Here's Petrovic. To the middle. Here's Williams. Memphis with the ball. 8-point game. Now here is Conley. He's got 8. Gay outside. For the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Outside Kidd. Back to Irving. Pass to Kidd. Knocked away. Here's Lopez. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 6 points for him.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Here's Conley. Gay left side. Gay left side. Back to Conley. Clock at 6. Conley left side. Rebounded by the Nets.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards. Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Now here's Conley. Back to Gasol. There's the bucket. Good. And here is Kidd. 9 points in the game so far. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Irving. Right side, Irving. Inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 10 points for him.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Now Kidd. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer, and he gets the bucket. 19 points in the game.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Conley.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Kidd with it. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Lopez. There's a good screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. He's got 8.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Outside Conley. And they're running. Here's Irving. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam. Memphis trailing here. And here's Gay. He's got 11. Outside Conley. Back to Gay. Pass to Conley. Right side, Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Abdul-Rahim. Abdul-Rahim. Good. He's got 12. And here comes Kidd. Back to Lopez. He's covered by Gay. The fader. Here's Lopez. That one a little long. There's the pick. Outside Conley. Pass to Gay. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. Here's Kidd. 9 points in the game so far. Now Lopez. He's up against Gasol. Flies in the post. Lopez, no luck.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Gay outside. Gay right side. Pass to Gasol. Right side Gasol. And that one's good.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
It's a close game here in Memphis. Outside Kidd. Shot clock at 6. Up again. A follow-up jam.
And he gives them a terrific option in the low post every time down the court. Even with multiple defenders around him, he knows how to create a shot for himself.
Conley with it. He's got 10. Pass to Gay. Down low. Here's Gasol. Banked in off the glass.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Outside Kidd. Here's Lopez. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 10 points for him.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And a new group in for the Nets. Here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Bibby. Gasol backing down. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. The Nets with the lead. Now here is Harris. Here's Petrovic. And here comes the break. Here's Bibby. Pass to Williams. Blocked. They get it back, so they take the lead.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Now Harris. Clock at 6. Here's Petrovic. Here's the 3. Here's Petrovic. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. Williams with the ball. They set the pick. Outside Williams. Bibby. And another basket for Memphis.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
Here's Petrovic. With some mark. Cannot hit. Here's Gasol. 6 points for him. Pass to Bibby. Outside Williams. Back to Bibby. Gasol's in the post. And here is Harris. And it's blocked. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Carter. 6 to shoot. Here's Petrovic. Another shot. Here's Lopez. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Bibby with it. From the arc. Can't get it to go. Here's Harris. There's the pick. Carter right side. Back to Harris. Pass to Lopez. Harris with it. And here's the fast break. Williams with the ball. Now Gasol. Back to Bibby. That one's good from the corner. He has 6.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Pass to Lopez. Bibby covering. Back to Lopez. Harris with it. A three-pointer, no good. Wells. Gasol. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel. 0 points. Nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Carter, that's good. From deep. Now here's Williams. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And here comes Anthony. Jacks up a three, and the shot is good. Now Russell. Carter outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jefferson. Drains the three-pointer. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. And here is Williams. All sorts of time. No good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Russell with it. Blocked. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gasol. Jefferson is right there. Shoots from the post. Gasol inside. No good from Gasol. Now Russell. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Right side, Williams. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Coleman. Carter outside. Pass to Jefferson. Russell knocks down the three ball. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Now here's Williams. They set the pick. Outside Williams. Now here's Gasol. Unloads from 9. Shot is blocked.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me a bit. out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Gay. Randolph. Puts up the baby hook. That's good. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Jefferson. Russell. Now, here is Russell. Gasol with the rebound.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Oh, trying for it. And that one misses. And he sinks the second.
They'd have loved to cut it to one there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Now, here is Russell. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Memphis trailing here. Pass to Gay. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. Posey. True on the 14-footer. And that'll tie this game up. Now Russell. Carter outside. There's a screen. And they call an illegal screen here.
You know, guys, the teamwork and rhythm we saw from them earlier just isn't there right now. They've lost it, and the turnovers are starting to pile up.
The Nets making a switch here. Now here's Conley. It's stolen by Jefferson. The 9-foot shot, and that's collected by Gay. Left side, Randolph. Shot clock at 6. That gives them the lead.
They've stepped up the three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now here's Anderson. Pass to Jefferson. Carter to halt the run.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the defense has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull that trigger. You've got to be in his face and not give him any space.
Here's Gay, and that one's good.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's the screen. Pass to Jefferson. And here's Gay. Posey. Off target from three-point range. Martin with it. Carter outside. Here is Anderson. Back to Carter. Fires from deep. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Gay outside. Pass to Randall. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Now here's Anderson. Back to Carter. Backs in. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Now Conley. Pass to Gay. Gay right side. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
The Nets making a switch here. Williams with the ball. Outside Kidd. Misses the three.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Gay, that's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Now here's Kidd. Pass to Irving. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Lopez inside. And good on the basket. Book it.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Outside Conley. 6 to shoot. Abdul-Rahim. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Outside Kidd. Back to Irving. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Abdul-Rahim. Abdul-Rahim. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Brooklyn trailing. And here is Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Irving. Shot denied. Conley with it. Now here's Gay. Gay outside. Back to Conley. Right side, Conley. Just 5 on the clock. And it's rejected. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Just 2 to shoot. Goes up off the inbound. Brooklyn with the rebound. Now here's Kidd. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Irving. Outside Irving. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. He tongs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Memphis leading. Now Conley. Gay left side. Conley. Pocket 6. Right side, Conley. And the layup is good. Here's Kidd. Back to Williams. Pass to Kidd. Lets it go from deep. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Memphis with the ball. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
And here is Lopez. Pass to Williams. Back to Kidd. Just 5 to shoot. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1. Here's Gay. Only foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. Now here's Gasol. Knocked away! Pass to Gasol. And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops in that. And so both free throws are good.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Timeout called the Nets. Guys, what do you think? Here's Irving. Can't knock in the 3. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that. And he hits both free throws here. So now
no mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Timeout called. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Rudy Gay.
Yeah.